Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Forex with a free US dollar index Elliott Wave analysis for you on the 2nd of January. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm going to go over quickly my historical counts. Before I do that, I'll go over a couple of alternates that I have on the weekly chart. It's possible that the dollar is within a fifth wave at primary degree to the downside, with a 1, a deep correction for 2, and working on a third wave to the downside. That needs to be confirmed with price movement below 74.17, and my biggest problem with this alternate is this upwards piece of movement must be seen as a corrective structure. And I think it has a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's a triangle in here, 8, 9, which is impulsive. So for that reason I don't favour this wave count. It's an outlying alternate. It's also possible that the dollar could possibly be in a triangle at cycle degree with a primary A, no problems there. Primary B has a pretty strong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave count, which is impulsive, and C, as I just detailed on the other one, has an impulsive count of 9. Thereafter, it's easy to see this as a 3-wave structure. It's easiest seen as a 3, so my biggest problem with this wave count is that one of these two waves has to be seen as a corrective structure, and they both have most easily impulsive counts. This wave count would be invalidated with movement above 88.71 or in the short term or mid term below 74.17. And it needs another zigzag or possibly a triangle to the upside for E before it's over, and then we'd shoot out very strongly to the downside out of the triangle. But I think that this one's unlikely. This is my main wave count, and the reason why I prefer it is all of the subdivisions of the waves have a better fit. This wave count sees the dollar in a cycle degree wave C to the upside with a 1, expanded flat for 2, and working on primary 3 to the upside with an intermediate 1, quite a deep correction for 2, and starting on a third wave at intermediate degree to the upside at the moment. We've got a really clean, obvious breach of this trend channel that contains this ABC zigzag to the downside for intermediate 2. Telling us, at least in the short and mid-term, that the trend has changed from down to up for the dollar, and we should be expecting further upwards movement. So taking you now to a daily chart where this black 2 down here is this point down here, and this is the start of intermediate wave 3, and I've relabeled this by moving everything up 1 degree. I expect we've had an end to minor 1, and we're working on a zigzag to the downside for blue or minor 2. This downwards movement just a little bit below my previous invalidation point. I had expected that the second wave correction had ended here. That was not the case because I had this as a 1, 2, and 2 can't move beyond the start of 1, so that wave count was invalidated, and it looks like, and this is the reason why I've moved the labelling up 1 degree, the second wave is extending a little bit lower, and it's quite long in duration, so I expect it's probably at minor degree. We have an expanded flat here for B, and I'm much happier with the subdivisions of the waves within this upwards piece of movement here. I've looked at this one carefully on a 4-hour chart, and I think this is a better fit, this wave count. So we should be expecting just a little bit more downwards movement before we see a trend change again to the upside, and when that happens, we'll be in a third wave at minor degree, within a third wave at intermediate degree, within a third wave at primary degree, within a cycle degree wave C. So when we do see this upwards movement, it should be pretty strong. This wave count will be confirmed with price movement above 88.708 because 3 black must move beyond the end of wave 1 black, which is off to the left of the chart. My target for 3 black is 99.16, and that should be reached in a few more months. This wave count's invalidated with movement below 75.631 because 2 blue can't move beyond the start of wave 1. Taking you now to an hourly chart, we're going to have a look at this last piece of movement to the downside. The C wave at pink degree is an impulse, so let's have a look and see if it's over. From this point up here, this is the high for B pink up here, and within wave C we have a 1, 2, 3, which is just 0.3 short of 1.618, the length of 1. A little fourth wave probably over very recently, and probably working on a fifth wave to the downside now. If wave 5 green reaches equality with wave 1 green, the dollar will reach down to 78.12. So that's the lower end of this target zone I have calculated. In the short term, any further upwards movement for wave 4 green, which would necessarily affect this calculation, shouldn't move above 79.596 because wave 4 can't move into wave 1. There's some fairly nice Fibonacci ratios in this wave count here. Within wave 1 green, wave 3 orange, is 0.067 short of 1.618 the length of wave 1 orange, and wave 5 here is 0.08 short of equality with wave 1. So they're tending to equality, and this one is 1.618 the length of 1. So that's a pretty typical, almost textbook perfect impulse structure there. Within wave 3 green, these waves are orange degree. Wave 3 orange is 0.44 short of 2.618 the length of wave 1, and wave 5 orange is 0.11 longer than equality with wave 3. I won't go over the rest of the Fibonacci ratios. If you want to have a look at that, it's all in the text article. So I expect that we've had a very recent end to this fourth wave at green degree, and we should be working on a fifth wave to the downside, another 5-wave structure, which doesn't have to make a new low, but it's most likely that it will. At 78.451, wave C pink will reach equality with wave A pink within the second wave zigzag at minor degree. So when we have a final 5-wave structure to the downside, and it should probably take 1 or 2 more sessions, then we should see a trend change at minor degree, and this next piece of upwards movement, according to this wave count, should be pretty volatile and take price higher fairly quickly. So that's all for me with your free dollar analysis. If you would like daily analysis of the euro dollar and the pound dollar to help you in your trading, you'll find it on my site. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope everyone had a fabulous New Year's Eve.